With Election Day in sight, the Liberals and Conservatives are focusing their pitches to voters. A poll conducted by Leger in collaboration with the Canadian Press suggests the two parties are effectively tied, with the NDP in third place. During a stop in Richmond, BC yesterday, Liberal leader Justin Trudeau argued that Conservative leader Erin O'Toole's plan would be detrimental for the country and the issues progressive voters care about. Mr. O'Toole was in Eastern Ontario yesterday, arguing that a vote for anyone but a Conservative candidate is a vote for the status quo. And NDP leader Jagmeet Singh used his first campaign stop yesterday to accuse the Liberals of siding with telecom companies and not doing enough to lower cell phone bills. Well, with only 5 more days until the big day, is Canada ready for a new government? Joining us now is Mr. Thomas Caldwell, Chairman and CEO of Caldwell Securities Limited. Sir, welcome back to Forum Daily.
Thank you, Nima.
So what are your thoughts about Canada's direction moving forward relative to which party wins?
Well, first off, let me say this election is boring, if not vapid or facile. It's like a student council election. There are no issues at hand. Everybody's dealing in gotchas, trying to slag the other party, or little giveaways with our money, which really should have been matters dealt with in Parliament. These are not parliamentary election issues. They're for in-house sort of things. I haven't heard anything about economic growth, how we're going to build this economy, how we're going to create jobs, how we're going to generate the revenues and never mind taxes, the kind of thing. If you want the economy to grow, you should be cutting taxes, not going the other way. And I'm not speaking from an old establishment-y financial services guy. So my point here is we're not dealing with the issues that Canadians care about. They're dealing with issues that special interest groups care about, hoping to grab a couple of votes. But that doesn't attract interest at all. So people are going to vote. And I guess if I were to look at the world, we've seen Mr. Trudeau in action or lack thereof over the last several years. He is, I think the old one, he's not quite ready. I think that was from an election or two ago. He's still not ready. And the world stage, he's considered a lightweight, and we can't afford that. We're in a world requiring a lot more aggressive, meaningful wisdom negotiations, for example, the China situation and the two Michaels. So I think people, or actually markets, I can't speak for Canadians, but a lot of markets would prefer to see a Conservative victory of some kind. But clearly it's going neck and neck. And of course, Maxime Bernier's party, the People's Party of Canada, they're showing some good percentages. So people are looking for a Conservative alternative, and at least he does discuss policies. I would like to have seen him in the debate, but the danger here is it will pull votes away from the Conservatives. And so we have really a hodgepodge shaping up here with either the NDPs and Liberals all over again, or worse still, the Bloc Québécois, who have no interest in Canada whatsoever, sort of aligning. So it'll be quite interesting to see. Clearly, I think a Conservative win might be a bit more helpful in terms of how people look at Canada.
All right, sir. Well, as you mentioned earlier, and we've seen this a lot on the campaign trail, campaigns sometimes focus on negatives as candidates seek to diminish their opponents. I guess the big question here is, does this work, Mr. Caldwell?
I don't think so. I mean, we all know the negatives. In fact, if anything, we have a world of negatives. I mean, everybody's dealing in it. You pick up the newspaper, everybody's got a complaint, upset, some kind of scandal. I think a lot of us, I know I am, just tired of hearing that stuff. It doesn't work. But, you know, to quote Kim Campbell, who was Canadian Prime Minister for, I think, an hour and a half, she had a great line. She said, campaigns are no time to discuss serious issues. But I think Canadians, or at least this Canadian, would like to see something meaningful discussed, something in terms of policy, where we want to go, where do I want to lead the country, what's my vision for the country, and never ask of how we can divide the country. We got to make the rich pay and do this people pay. I mean, how are we going to build it together? Leaders should bring unity. That's how you judge a leader, to bring people together and not ask, I mean, I paraphrase in Canada here, not ask what the government can do for you. Why don't you ask what you can do to the country? Why not challenge Canadians? Because we're up for that.
All right, sir, just about 45 seconds left here. But what do you think about the world geopolitical situation relative to Canada, especially as you mentioned the U.S., China, and even Afghanistan?
Well, we need greater heft in the world stage. Unfortunately, our present Prime Minister goes to G7 meetings and just tries to seek photo opportunities because nobody's interested in chatting with him. But America is no longer our close friend, our special friend. China, the whole game is changing. They seem to be shifting to a Maoist isolationism, if you will. Afghanistan, that's over and done. That was catastrophic on many, many levels, but there's enough commentary on that. But I do think we need greater heft and greater say on the world stage, as we would have had with Trudeau Sr. or Brian Mulroney or even Jacques Chrétien, leaders who were listened to. We need more of that to get some wins here.